Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Miss Trina, with Chat with Trina. And I am so excited to be back. I was out for a couple of weeks, but we're back. And I'm excited about the person I have here today. Some of us don't think about some things with our parents and actually just loved ones in general until we get thrown into the fire of having to take over and be responsible. Let's see what's happening over here. Joining us tonight is All Phase Assistance Care LLC, founded by Ms. Ida Armstrong. She is the founder and the CEO, and she has dedicated over 30 years to serving seniors and families with compassion and high quality care. Let's see if we can get her back on. Her organization.
Trina, was that me or you that we lost signal?
I think you, because I'm still on. Are you using your laptop?
Was it mother's?
Let's see.
Because it's still online. Was that mine or yours?
Oh, yay. There you go. Okay. So her organization provides essential services, including hospice support, personal care, transportation, Alzheimer's, and dementia care and chronic illness support. Their mission is simple but powerful: compassionate care that you can trust. Hey, Miss Ida.
Hey, how is it going, Miss Trina? It is indeed an honor and a pleasure to be on and chatting live.
Yes, exactly. And I'm gonna let the audience know, we're gonna give you a disclaimer. We might be talking over each other because there's a lag in the system. We're gonna have to check this out tomorrow. But people that know me know that I say the show must go on. How are you today?
Show must go on. I'm doing well. I've been very busy this last couple of weeks. Just been really, really busy out there getting the word out, marketing, actually meeting with some new clients, tapping into a lot of facilities. The latest one is the Encompass. I have a couple of clients that were there, and just tapping into them and giving them a little bit more history on All Phase Assistance Care and all that we get to do, that the Lord has allowed us to do in the 33 years of business.
Wow, that's a long time. Longevity.
That's a long time.
I tell people, yeah. So like with my dad, I lost my dad a year and a half ago, and to pancreatic cancer, and it was like an all of a sudden thing. And I know now that you need to plan for this early so you know what to expect, and then have someone there that you can trust and take care of your loved ones. So I want you to talk to my audience about this happening, what happens, how you get started, how you come in, and just what your whole business is about.
Okay. Basically what we do is once the client makes that initial call, we go in as to filling the need as an extension of that family. And whatever the disease, whatever the illness, whatever challenges there may be, a lot of times we deal in Alzheimer's dementia patients. And then here lately, we've been dealing with a lot of chronic illness. Even our clients that we've had on service, they start out one way at one phase in life and then just to the next phase in life. But the main thing, as families, they did not want them put in a facility. They wanted to keep them in their personal homes. And so that's how I came into this, working in a lot of the assisted living, hospitals, things of that nature. And I started out working at a nursing home. I started out because my first year in college, I of course, got pregnant with my oldest son. And I made my son's mother, and my mother promised that I'll continue to go to school to make sure that I could take care of myself and my son. And that's what I did. That was my journey that I've been on and staying on. But to no avail, me getting into after I finished, I didn't want to sit out, so I actually started doing like a what do you call it? It was a more like it was a CNA, so I did the medical assistant course.
Oh.
One of my friends started school, and she said, well, if you don't want to sit out, come go over here with me. And then again, that's how I got started in the medical assistant field, and then got the license in that, and it just took off from there. I got hired on after I finished that with a Dr. Kramer. I worked in a podiatrist's office. So I started off there, front office stuff like that, and then
Okay.
turning him around with his clients in a lot of the facilities. And then after that, I'm like, okay, this is not so bad. And
Mhm.
then my first job that I landed was at a
Nursing home.
nursing home.
Mhm.
And all of my patients that I was assigned to, they family members would come in and say, well, who took care of mom today? And they say, okay, Miss Hartman took care of her. And
Mhm.
they say, oh, okay. And so when I come in, I say, is there a problem? I say, did you need anything? Did you need more? Is she propped up properly? And just that kind of care, the same
Mhm.
care that I would want for my mother.
Yes. Which is I must pin right there, which is so true. When my dad was he was supposed to be in a what do you call it? It's supposed to be physical. It was supposed to be some kind of physical therapy place, but that was not what it was. It was a nursing home. But anyway, I remember I can't remember the lady's name, but we had a favorite there too. We like literally, me and my sister want to take her home with him. But she was the only one that could get him to do certain things, eat certain things. She fussed at him, and she's the only one that could fuss at him. So I get what you're saying, how you find that
Yeah,
person that really connects with your loved one.
that's right. That's right. And then I mean, because during that time, it's like you're getting almost like 12 patients to one aide.
Ooh,
And sometimes if somebody didn't show up, 15. And
that's a
so,
lot.
and how do you care for that many patients and at a timely fashion? Well, you got 8 hours in a day, and you got 45 minutes in those rooms, if that, depending on what the need was. And so you
Hmm.
just strategize your time and your day. And I connected with another lady that was there, and she and I are still friends today, even after
Oh,
40 years.
wow.
She and I are still friends. And she got in there, she taught me the rope. Come on, baby girl, let's go. And we started at one end and finished up the other end. And then, okay, we know the ones that target ones that we really need to go back and hit again before lunchtime, things like that. And we just worked that floor. She and I worked that floor. And when I went home that day, I laid in my bed. I'm telling you, I looked up. I said, Lord, okay, is this what you would have me to do? And and he said yes. And ever since then, I gave him my yes, and I have not stopped, and I haven't gotten tired. I
Right.
have
That
not
means you have a
gotten
true love and passion for it, and in that particular line of business, there's not a lot of people that have that patience and care and concern.
yes, and that's one of my things is to be because we didn't give life, and we can't take life. And I don't put a time span on someone's life. And just because they are of age, that's not an opportunity for us to give up
Yeah,
because we have to
yeah.
keep. He said, as long as you have breath in your body, you have life.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
and so he has breath. That patient has breath. So we have to continue going until the Lord says different.
That it's time. Right.
So
Right.
and so that's what
Um.
I am with it.
So for people who aren't familiar, can you tell us about the services that you offer? And let's just even start at the beginning. When someone calls you to say, hey, I'm looking for someone to help take care of my mom, my dad, they have whatever the challenge is. What do you
Mhm.
do? How does the process start?
That process starts with, okay, give me a little background. What diagnosis have they received? How many hours are you looking for? That
Mhm.
sort of thing. And so, say for instance, my dad has Alzheimer's dementia. We need somebody to stay here with them while we go back and forth to work. We need light housekeeping. We need meals. We need somebody to do the bathing, um, maybe transportation to doctor's appointments,
Um,
medication reminders,
yeah.
um, and if they have briefs, do you all change the briefs?
Mhm,
Absolutely.
mhm,
So it's just that line, however that starts out, like whatever we do in the course of a day. Well, whatever we go in, and I go in and do an assessment because I treat every individual as an individual.
yeah.
Every home is different. I
Mhm,
cannot give you, okay, I'm going to do this for XYZ. No, let me come in, allow me to come in and do an assessment. And
yeah.
so I do an assessment in the home. Um, and so whatever you're doing in the home with that client that make them comfortable, I want to continue that same regimen.
Yeah.
If you're dealing with Alzheimer's dementia patient, that's the best way you can confuse them if you get them off course.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
whatever their regimen that you've been doing with them and that works for them, you want to keep that
Keep
same
it going.
pattern going. That it's like it's not nothing missing,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
it's just another person filling in to do the work. And so we go in and I do my assessment. Um, and just they can actually if they call today they can get service today, and we are one of the fastest ones that we've gotten
Uh-huh.
calls and they were able to start services today.
Oh, that's really good. So how many staff do you have?
Right now we are at 18. We have had as much as
Okay.
27, and we have PRN, CNAs. We have
Ooh.
full time.
So, okay, PR.
Just as needed.
Okay.
So say for
So,
instance, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
That was a
I was just
long.
going to say, when you, because we talked about we want people to take care of our loved ones. And it's so important that when we're not there, that we know that there's someone that's going to take care of them, not hurt or harm them. How do you choose your staff?
That's why I go out to do the assessment to see the clients how their energy
Okay.
is and how their makeup
Mhm.
is, and then I pair them up with some like-minded caregiver. If they're high functioning, high energy, I have a for that. If they are
Got it.
big and need someone that's robust to handle them and be able to handle them without them falling, then we have a for that.
Mhm.
If it's
Yeah,
somebody just
that.
mild, we have someone for that. More Christian based, we have that because we are a Christian based um, company, and but we don't push that
Mm,
on anyone
that's good.
because we still know how to pray and get the word through,
Mhm, mhm.
uh, that all is healed.
That part.
You know? So, and
Yeah.
that's it. And whether he healed
Yeah.
them on
Yeah.
this side or the other side, but absolutely, we and I love to because I love to go in to match energy with energy, and the same like
Okay.
when it comes to the caregiver and the client. Because my thing is, I would not want someone sitting in my house for 12 hours that I absolutely don't like, we don't bind, we don't join nothing together, we have nothing in common, we have nothing to talk about. So you have to be able to put
See how
someone in,
that would be a nightmare.
and so that's where I am.
Mhm.
I'm very compassionate when it comes to that, and I listen closely to my clients. I
Mm-hmm.
listen very closely to my clients,
Okay.
and the family member, my clients, they can call, they can text me, Miss Ida, I don't think this is a fit, and okay,
Okay.
and I take that in, and if I need to remove that aid during that shift, or wait till that shift is over, but they should not have a lag in their service because I have someone else in line. And say for instance, if it's a 24-hour service, so automatically you have
Mm-hmm.
3 to 4 aides that's going to work that case. You have your morning, your
Oh.
evening, yeah. Because right now the burnout is
Oh.
real. It's real.
I could
And
imagine.
so I try my best not to burn out my aides, and
Mhm.
I give them their breaks. I give them their time, and they want to go, go, go. No, no, no. I have to pull you back because I need you next week. I don't
Right.
need you burning
Right.
out.
Yeah.
But so,
When you
yes, ma'am.
say burnout, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but when you say burnout, you know how families get burnout, right? The person that's the how do you
The
help
main
them? Do
caregiver.
you have conversations with them to try to help them know when, to help them cope a little bit?
Yes, yes, yes. And because the attachment that they become with the client, and when it's a client that can be overwhelming. And so
Mhm.
you going in there every day, and I'm pushing, I'm driving, I'm doing all, but this is not working for him. He's still pushing back. And so that you want to be able to pull them out of that situation in order to
Situation.
get a breather. Yes.
Right. But what advice or suggestions, if you will, do you give to the actual family when they're feeling overwhelmed or burnt out? Like, I'm sure they lean on you for some type of
They
information.
do. They do. They actually do. I just had a client that I say take breaks.
Yeah.
You take breaks, and that's why we're here,
Yeah.
so that you can get that time, get that weekend off. Let us fill in. We've been filling in. They're familiar with us. Let us fill in while you guys get that break. And because if you have a burnout, you're not going to be any good for yourself nor the patient.
For them. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Someone said respite care. This is Chris Dixon.
Christy. Okay.
Is
So
she
even if we do, Christy is one of my administrators, and
okay? Hi,
yeah,
Christy.
and we do respite care.
What is
Um,
it?
Respite care is when a clinically ill client, that they put them on hospice,
Mm.
and they don't have anywhere to go, or the family want to keep them right there at home.
Yeah.
Um, and then we do that care for them
Yeah.
round the clock. We take it out of their hands, and we're there to assist them as that patient goes through transitions of life.
Yeah. Mm.
So, and
Um.
then the care also can mean, again, just a break.
Mm.
You put them
Yeah.
in 2 weeks of care, or a week of care, a weekend of care, and you
Mm-hmm.
go off and go to your son's graduation, someone's wedding,
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
just a getaway. And so we stay there the time that you're away. We don't leave them. We're there with them.
Right.
So
Okay.
respite
Okay.
could be two or three different ways of
Mm-hmm.
having respite care, and just respite care okay, I need a break. I need a spa day. And so
Mm,
that's respite care as well, because that means that main caregiver, which is the loved one, is getting a break away from the patient so that they can
gotcha.
come back and be refreshed.
Okay. I know you said you do work with, let me go back. I'm sorry. Can you share a moment or an experience that reminded you of why this work is so important? Like I've been I was in education for 30 years, and there were certain stories and certain things that made me say, "Oh my God, I wanted to quit yesterday, but this happened, and now I want to stay and help these kids." Right? What is that? What is an experience you've had that made you know this is it? This is what God has called me to do.
Because you see the client, and okay, just a backlog story of a
Mm-hmm.
husband and wife. And when I got into this, what really made me want to really just hone in on it, I was sent on a case with another agency, and I was just kind of testing things out to see, because I know this is something I wanted to do, but this particular um, case that I went on, they told me, okay, just sit here, just watch her. She's dying. And if she, asks if she wants a sip of water, and turn her every so often, make sure she's breathing, get her blood pressure, things like that. So, okay, long story short, that went
Mm-hmm.
on for 2, 3 days. And before I would go in, I would always be praying, and I'm anointed, and I anoint myself. And so when I go in, I'm already prayed up. I'm already anointed, because he said,
Mm-hmm.
"You should lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover." And
Yeah.
and and you can see the devastation on the husband's face that I got to face this. I'm looking at my wife just wither away from here.
Really away.
And so when that happened, and so I looked at his routine. He was going every day to Kroger's, get groceries, have coffee with his buddies, and I'm there. And then this particular day, I called out her name, and just was really having a conversation, because if they're in transition, that's the hearing is the
Mhm.
last thing that goes. And I was talking to
Mhm.
her and just holding a conversation with her. Um, and then her eyes finally popped open on the third day. And I'm like, oh my God, what beautiful blue eyes you have. And she said, thank you. And she did say, she was not with many words, but I asked
Right, right.
questions. And I say, how would you feel if I go get a warm washcloth and let you wash your face? And she said, that would be nice. She a little bit words here and there.
Yeah.
And then they're talking to her again. And then I was able to set up on the side of the bed. And from there, we had conversations, and how about a shower? I tested her strength to see where she was, let her stand up, sit back down, stand up, because if she was even, off or anything, but I only did it because I knew her strength by then,
Mhm.
and put her in her
Mhm.
little transport chair. We went in, we got a shower, got cleaned up, did her hair, and from her laying there, I don't know how long that case was on before I came in, but I was there 3 days. But her hair had matted in the back. But I
Mhm.
was able to go in and do all the work that I needed to do with her to make her feel
Yeah.
alive, you know.
Right.
So
Right.
when he came through the door, it's like he seen a ghost. He started calling
Mm.
all his friends, she's alive, she's alive. And that man started, he knew the tax collector during that time. And I'm not
Mhm.
giving off names, but they
Right,
were the
right,
ones
right.
that wrote my DBA. He said, you should start your own services. And he wrote,
Wow.
my DBA that day. He called the tax collector. When I came in the next day, they met me. They wrote up all my proposals, and here I am,
Um,
30 years
Oh,
later.
that's a great story. Oh my gosh. That is a great story. But I will say, you know, the trigger that from when someone passes that you were very close to, just hearing you talk about the transition, the withering away, it kind of made me think about my dad for a moment. But that is such a hard thing to watch.
It
How
is
do you how do you do this over and over and over again and keep your sanity? Or because it's
because
tough.
I'm not a giver of life. And all I
Gotcha.
know is to go with the word of God
Yeah.
and to trust his word. And I
Mhm.
know if we made the connection and they are saved and they have a form of godliness or religion, that we can pray, and that if I've got them through the salvation prayers, then I
Mhm.
know where they're gone. I know that they're they're going with the Father.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
with him, to be with him. And that's their reward.
Mhm.
That's a
Mhm.
reward to transition from earth to heaven. That's a
Yeah.
reward.
That's a
And
good
and,
way.
and
That is a really good way to say that, to be honest
it
with you.
is a reward because he say he have laid up for us crowns of righteousness. And he say
Yeah.
we we we've ran the race, we fought a good fight,
Mhm.
we
Mhm.
finished our course, and he has laid up for crowns of righteousness.
Wow. Oh,
Who
Miss
don't
Ida, that is beautiful.
a reward? Who don't want that? It's a reward in falling asleep in Christ.
Mm.
There's
I
a
love
reward.
that. I love that. And you have such a peaceful tone and demeanor, and
Yeah.
that's important. I will say that the person that was with my father towards the end, she was really cool. She before he lost his strength, she would be out there playing dominoes with him. And my daddy hadn't played dominoes in a million years, but it's what made him happy. And
Yeah.
the day that he passed, was the weekend he passed, he was like, she didn't bring me my I think she was supposed to make him some pig feet or something he wasn't supposed to have, but she wanted to make him happy. So, let me see where I am.
Whatever it takes. And
Yes, 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 yes.
we play dominoes, we do colors,
Hmm.
get their favorite coloring books, we do cards, whatever
Love
their favorite
that.
food is. And then I'll call and say, hey, what do y'all, if I'm in the area making rounds, what are y'all having for lunch today? And Friday to me is a remembrance of my mother and my father. They would either bring home fish on Fridays. That was our meal on Friday. And so a lot
Hmm.
of our clients, we kept that tradition in
Oh.
fish or hamburgers, and so I bring it in, and my client, he could no longer go anymore. He loved
Hmm.
Papa, but he could no longer go and take his plate.
Oh.
And so
Hmm.
I would surprise them and bring lunch for two from Papa Do's.
Oh. I love that. Let me ask you this real quick. Many families struggle with Alzheimer's and dementia care. What are
Mhm.
some things that people should understand or be prepared for?
Just looking for the signs, and if they're repeating themselves, if they're so now that they used to take a shower every day, they no longer want to take a shower. They just want to lounge around in those same clothes. Um,
Hmm.
the repetitions.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
time is it? What's your name? And forgetting family names, forgetting family
Mhm.
faces, things like that. It can be really hard on families because, Dad, that's me. This so and so, so and so. And so that's hard for them to witness that here I am now, and my own dad don't remember my name.
Yeah, I bet
Very hard.
that's
That's really, really hard.
And I don't know, how does a family know when it's time to seek professional care for their loved one? Is this something the doctor tells them, or can they seek this out on their own?
Sometimes the doctors do recommend that they have someone in to come in and assist them. And some of the families just know that I'm doing more than I would normally used to do for my mom or my dad or even my husband. I'm doing more for him now, and I'm getting overwhelmed. I'm not completing my task. I have to go to work. He's at home. He's not feeling well. I still have to work because we still have mortgage to pay. We still have children that goes to college. We still have, and somebody has to go to work. And so even in this season, we are the baby boomers. Our generation, we are the baby boomers. So our parents are still here. Well, my parents are not still here, but again, even when my mother was having challenges, and I brought on one of my caregivers, and Miss Margaret came to visit with me, and my mother fell in love with her, and that became her caregiver.
Oh, good. That's good. So what advice, and I'm asking, I think this is a good question to go along with what you do. What advice would you give to someone currently caring for their aging parent or loved one, and feeling overwhelmed? And it's kind of a two-part. Tell them what that they need to reach out to you and how you can help them. What do you tell them about that? What can you relieve from them?
A peace of mind, giving them a peace of mind, that knowing that when they bring us in, that we're going to do the best care that we possibly can do with their parents as if they were there to do that same care. And that's what it's all about, giving them a peace of mind and reassuring them that we're there to assist them in this time, whatever phase of life that they're in or that they're facing, we're here to help.
Gotcha. Now, what makes your company, your business, different from others in this same field? What do you think?
Well, I think a lot of my clients, when they find me, they're like, "Okay, where have you been? You're the best kept secret." I'm like, "Well, we've been around," and the good thing is we've been around for the 30 years. We come highly recommended because it's word of mouth. I haven't ran an ad in over 20 years.
Wow.
So the care that we give.
That's it right
there. Care that we give and what we offer to the families has kept us to this time. And so if anyone wants to reach out, by all means.
That was going to be my next question. My next question was going to be that how do we find you? How do we get in touch with you?
You could call me on my phone, 713-545-2452. And Christy, if you're on, if you would put that in a chat for me.
And I'm about to put it on a banner too as well.
And then our website is all.
Okay, what's the website?
What is it?
Okay, say the website again. I'm sorry.
The website is All Phase Assistance, ASSISTANCE care.com.
And what was the phone number?
713-545-2452. And we're open 24 hours. Our services are 24 hours. So if there's a client looking for us, I get calls from Methodist Willowbrook. I get calls from Memorial Hermann. They will call as late as 2 a.m. in the morning. We need somebody to come and sit with the client because, they have limited staff that can sit in there with the client. And so I generally have a uniform on standby, get a shower,
Ah,
I'm in my car, and I'm running out to sit with that patient. And once I get there, look and assess the situation. And then
mhm.
I'll call one of my aides at 5 a.m. Look, I need you to come relieve me at 7 a.m. here, and tell them what room number, and we go from there.
Okay, okay. So y'all keep busy.
We stay busy. We stay busy.
Well, before we close, I would like for you to just give some last words. Someone told me to quit saying last words that sound like it's the end, but give some words of encouragement and what whatever it is that you want to say to end this chat.
And my words of encouragement is to know when it's time to seek professional care from professional caregivers. And we here at All Phase Assistance Care welcome them in.
Okay. And I would also want to say to everybody that share this. I'm gonna post some this system kind of cuts it up and lets you push it out. But y'all share this with someone that may not have gotten to watch it live. And you can always go to youtube.com/chat Trina and watch it over and over because as I put in the post, we don't know when this is gonna happen. It can happen just bam. And you need to know this information.
Yes.
Ms. Ida, I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight and for the incredible work you've been doing for a long time. And that is kind of my written statement. But what I want to say from my heart is that you have such a warm demeanor and you make me feel safe. I'm over here, but you make me feel safe. I don't know what's gonna happen with my family in the future, but I definitely know that you have definitely gotten a client in me and whatever and referrals from me because I haven't seen you with a patient, but I can hear it. And yeah, so I can see why you've been in business for 30 years.
Yes.
So to everyone watching, and you need someone, if you or someone you know needs some compassionate, reliable care, y'all contact Miss Ida at All Phase Assistance Care. The link is here, allphaseassistancecare.com, and her number is 713-545-2452. And as always, y'all, thank y'all for watching, to clicking in to chat with Trina. You can always go to youtube.com/chat with Trina, click and subscribe, and then click that little bell so you'll be notified when I upload a new video. Also, we're gonna have you back on again, Miss Ida, because I'm sure you have more information, different things that's important. And again, when my dad got sick, I didn't know, my stepmom didn't know, and so I just think this is such an important conversation to continue to have. A good information session for people.
Yes. And one other thing, that we are very affordable. And we work with families. We work
Mhm.
with families. We don't have just this standard rate that no, we can't move, we can't do this, we can't. We
Right.
have, yes. If
Okay.
one call is all they need to make, and we can assure that they're going to get what they're looking for and what they need, everything that they would need in the care of caregiving.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, Miss Ida, thank you so much. And again, we will be keeping in touch and contact. So even if it's not here on live, we might have, here virtually, we might have to meet in person and do some things. Because again, I
Yes.
think it's super, super, super important, this conversation. People don't like to have, but it's a conversation that needs to be had.
It
And
needs to be had.
I gotta steal some of your cards. I'm gonna steal some of your cards from you so I can give them out to some people. But thank you
Awesome.
so much for joining me tonight, and we will see each other soon. And keep doing what you're doing, and keep that.
Yeah.
Well, you have to have kept that demeanor to be in this for 30 years. So,
And
all
I'm
right,
not
thank you.
I'm not
You what?
tired. I say I'm not tired yet.
When you really love what you do, and you have a passion for what you do, that you really don't get tired because you might be but then you come back and you meet someone, like you probably meet a family. I meet students and children who need my help, and I see the difference in them when I've done what I need to do with them, and that is what keeps you going.
That's right. And it's not
Mhm.
just something that we get to do. It's our lifestyle. It becomes our lifestyle. It becomes our life.
Yeah.
And so
And I
we
know you
do
probably become family with them.
absolutely. And I still keep connections with them all.
Mhm.
They
Mhm.
call holidays. Ida, just thinking
Oh,
of you guys. We love you. We miss you. So
oh,
yeah. So we
I
still get
love
them.
that.
And then not only
Yeah.
that, I've had a couple of clients that actually lived in my personal home.
Wow. That's fun. That's interesting. Now
One
let me
of
say, let me give a disclaimer, y'all. Now Miss I said that she worked with prices, but let me tell you, Miss I gotta get paid now. She ain't talking about free. Y'all,
no,
she'll
no,
work with you, but don't be coming, don't come incorrect now. Come on, we gotta make sure. So I'm sort of teasing y'all, but it's nice to hear that. So because sometimes I think the fear of that may keep people from doing certain things and try to do it all on their own. And I agree with you. I definitely say to people that if you run yourself ragged, you're not going to be able to help the loved one anyway. So you've got to
no.
be able to say, "Hey, I need help. I need assistance."
Yes. And it's good that a family member that you know identifies that. Don't
Mm-hmm.
take
Mm-hmm.
don't try and take this on your own because it's
No,
not even yours to take anyway. The Lord
no.
even
Mm-hmm.
said, cast all your cares upon me because I care for you. And so we have to cast those cares upon the Lord because he's the one truly cares for us and he cares
Yeah.
for us. He said, I would that you would prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. So he wants
Wow.
us to be right there.
Yeah. 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 And
And I
if you're not feeling good for yourself, you can't feel good for somebody else.
for someone else. That's it.
Mhm. Well, Miss Ida, thank you again, hon, and we will definitely talk to each other again. Thank you so much for all you do and continue to do, and we'll talk soon.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
See you later.
Bye.